Here we are, it's 2012 SEMA show in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I am standing in the booth of Full Traction with Steve. Steve, thank you for taking a moment.
Thanks, George.
Now, in this booth here, we have the CRC Link, and I'll tell you, it's even more impressive to see it in person than what you're seeing right now. Steve, what is the CRC Link? It's pretty cool. Tell me about it, please.
George, the CRC Link is a device designed to eliminate factory trac-bar from the works. In other words, this is a 4-link suspension with a opposing panhard bar, and that panhard bar runs through a big arc on its pivot points when the suspension moves. The object of the CRC Link is to eliminate what's called chassis yaw. Chassis yaw occurs when the trac bar pivots on its pivot points, the suspension compresses or extends, and the chassis itself relative to the axle runs in a big arc here. To eliminate that, we've developed an adaptation, okay, through our mounting system of the 200-year-old Wattslink design. There's no one out is out there claiming that they invented the Wattslink, except for the Mr. Watts originally. The Wattslink is applied to all kinds of different linkages. Really popular on road race cars because of the fact that it's creating a truer constant roll center geometry. That's the whole object here. And in this case, we're just adapting it to a Jeep. In many cases, Wattslinks are used on different vehicles. Like I said, some road race cars, really popular on the late model Mustangs. But they put it on an opposite plane so that it's down in the way and it's not in a good position for an off-road vehicle. We've adapted it, put it up on top, change the plane or the direction that it not necessarily rotates, but change the direction that it moves in, and have got it up out of the way so it's out of harm's way in terms of rock damage, from obstacles off-road.
Well, and I can see this definitely solves the problem of ripping off the trac bar mount from the rear axle, which I know has become such a prominent problem on the JKs. They're heavy vehicles, so.
Well, it's especially a problem. We've seen several of the stock brackets unfortunately fail, and that's usually a direct result of just a lot of angle from a lot of lift, and either not repositioning it on the axle from the axle center line here, or not repositioning it from the chassis on the passenger side.
Very good.
In this, what's neat about this actually is reducing it's not reducing the total load, but it's reducing the load, pretty much cutting it by half over what you would have in a stock configuration, because now we have 2 mounting points on the frame and a center pivot linkage that is carrying more of that load. And there's no binding going on here. We have nice pivoting mounts, as you can see at the axle point where it pivots freely.
Very good.
And then the actual center link, same thing. This center link is moving just to compensate for the arc and the length of this radius as it runs through its motion. The object, again, is to make sure that this axle goes straight up and down under the chassis and doesn't induce any more yaw one direction or the other. It truly does move vertically and is really not that sensitive to ride height changes. This works on from a 2-inch to, from what we've tested, about a 6-inch lift at this point.
Very good.
These arms are fully adjustable, but we haven't gone above that point on the JK. 6 inches for us is the tallest lift we make.
So what you can't see at home is that this linkage pivots at the center as well. That way the arms don't bind as they're moving through their range. Now, like I said, it's really cool. Looks pretty complex.
Yeah.
For those that are sitting at home watching this, because they're not standing here with me, what's the level of complexity or fabricating skill that they're going to have to do to install this on their Jeep?
100% bolt-on, number one. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you've got hand tools and some simple thing, hand drill, that type of thing, I'd rate this maybe no higher than a 6 or a 7.
Okay.
Because of the way we've designed it, it's again fully bolt-on, registers off of stock mounting points on the axle, and as you can see here on the diff cover, registers on the driver's side for the driver's side trac bar or trac bar mount, registers off of existing holes in the frame already, so you really can't place it wrong. There are 3 holes to drill. There are a few obviously fasteners to attach. You have a minor, you have to cut and put a slip joint on the exhaust, which is all stuff that if you have the ability to cut the exhaust all the way through, then you have the ability to clamp it all back together again with simple hand tools. So no welding required, no extensive modification to speak of. So would I be about a 2 or 3 hour job in the driveway at home.
So would I be correct if I can cut a piece of pipe, I can work a drill a few holes, and I can follow the instructions on where to place a few bolts, I can put this on in my driveway?
Correct. Pretty hard to place it wrong.
Very good. Very good.
In this case.
Well,
and a special note, and this is following all of our suspension lift kits that we offer for the Jeep JK, as well as other Jeep models. This is 100% maintenance free. These are sealed, Kevlar lined heim joints, sealed, opposing tapered roller bearings in the actual center link itself. There's, as you can see, no place where there's a Zerk fitting attached where you can put a grease gun. Therefore, it is 100% maintenance free from a lubrication standpoint. And that's really a big deal because this is obviously it's operating in a harsh environment. As long as you keep it tight, this thing is zero maintenance.
And is this available now?
Yeah, shipping now. We released this kit at Easter Jeep Safari in Moab back in April. And gone through 4 or 5 iterations of center link, and we've changed the skid plate around to try to get more coverage if we possibly can, and make it as easy for the customer to refill his differential after draining it, and service the whole thing. And we've pretty much hit on where we're at right now. And again, real simple, real user friendly.
Nope, looks beautiful. Well, Steve, thank you for taking the time.
Thanks for the time, George.
And for all of our viewers at home, when you get the chance, head on over to fulltraction.com. Check it out. Pretty sweet. I wish you could see it in person. And this video is absolutely amazing to watch.